Okay, I will call this to order at 5:44 p.m. Start with the territorial acknowledgement. I respectfully acknowledge that the SFSS Sophia, could you hear me now? Okay, we respectfully acknowledge that the SFSS is located on the traditional and ceded territories of the Coast Salish peoples, including the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Coquitlam, and Catsi nations. And some of the these territories have never been handed over, so given up by these nations, and we're currently situated on occupied territory. Okay, moving on to roll call attendance, computer science.
Hi, this is Mike. All my access needs are met.
Thank you. Engineer.
Hi, this is Adam. All my access needs are met.
Thank you. Mechatronics.
Hi everyone, my name is Aiden. All my needs are met.
Thank you. Software systems. Fabian is thank you. Sustainable engineering. Sorry, yeah. Sebastian, EM on the SkyTrain, but all access needs met. Thank you. SAS. SAS. Cognitive science. Cognitive science. Economics.
Hello, my name is Hamza. All my access needs are met.
English.
Hi. My name is Fatima. My access needs are met. Thank you.
Thank you. Just WS.
Hi, my name is Jasleen and all my access needs are met.
Indigenous studies. Evan, AM, access needs met. Need to leave at 7. Thank you. International studies.
Hi everyone, my name is Iago, pronouns are he, him, and all my access needs are met.
Okay. Labor studies. Labor studies. Philosophy.
Hi, Ashley, they, she pronouns. For access needs, I'll have to leave it.
Thank you. Political science.
Hi, my name is Amanda. All access needs are met.
Thank you. Psychology. Shearer, access needs are met. Thank you. World languages. World languages. Okay. Bass. Everyone, Mia. Shearer. Okay, thank you. Interactive arts.
Hi, my name is Caleb. Pronouns are he, him, and all access needs are met.
You, education.
Shavali, she, her access needs are met.
Thank you. SAS mentions EM access needs are met. If we could note that, please. Um. ESSU,
Hi, everyone. Grayson Bark, he, him pronouns. All my access needs are met. Thank you.
ESS,
Hi, my name is Mina. My pronouns are she, her, and all my access needs are met.
thank you. Geography,
Jeffrey here for geography, all access needs met.
thank you. Resource environmental management, Ethan, Ramsa on transit, but all access. Thank you. HSUSU, Sharon, also on flight training, but all access needs are met. Thank you. Sus,
Hi, Catherine. She, her pronouns, all access needs met. Thank you.
ENSS,
Everyone, my name is Arthi, pronouns are she, her. I just have to leave at 6:30 for an appointment. Thank you.
you, BSU, biomedical physiology,
Hi, my name is Miriam. All access needs have been met.
thank you. Chemistry, data science, data science, earth science, thank you. All access needs met. Mathematics, MSU, all access needs met. Thank you. Statistics, statistics,
Do you mean statistics and actuarial science? SASA?
correct.
Or just statistics?
Oh, you're correct. You're correct.
Sorry?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Hi, I'm Shranit from SASA and all my needs are met. Thank you.
French.
I am Adria, pronouns she, her, and all my needs are met.
Awesome. Thank you. DNA. Thank you. FNMISA.
Hey everyone, it's Chris. All access needs are met.
Thank you. Soka. Soka. Women's Center, Noor Shearer, all assistants are met. Thank you. I don't think Mark is here, so I'll skip that. RJ.
Hi, everyone. My name is Talika. She, her pronouns. All my access needs are met.
Thank you. SF Perk.
Hi, Rebecca. She, they pronouns, all access needs are met.
Thank you. TSSU. She, they, TSSU, all access needs are met. Transiting as well. Thank you. Okay, I think that's it. Moving on to the executive VP equity. VP Equity.
Hi, can you guys hear me? Okay, my name's Chloe, pronouns she, her, access needs are met. Except my mic seems to maybe be connected to my AirPods.
Thank you. VP Event is on LOA. VP External is at an event, I believe. VP Finance.
Yeah, my name's Simmer, pronouns she, her, and all access needs are met.
VP Internal.
Oh, my pronouns are he, him, all my access needs are met.
Thank you. VP University. Rishu, VP University access needs are met. Thank you. How many staff is here today? Admin assistant. EM, access needs are met. Thank you. And then myself, President EM is access needs are met. We have regrets from interactive arts. Caleb. I will move on to also include leave of absence for VP events effective yesterday till October 14th. Thank you. Okay, moving on to consent agenda. Be resolved to adopt the consent agenda by unanimous consent. I move, and the seconder. Oh my God, internal second. Sorry, I completely forgot. Finance staff are also in the chat today. And we have Melanie alongside our auditors, Pamela and Gary. Thanks for joining us. Would you guys like to speak, or is that good?
Hi, yes, this is Pamela. Nice to meet everyone.
I'm sorry about that. I completely forgot. Gary, go ahead.
Well, good evening, everyone. Gary Wozni with Independent Auditors, Tompkins Wozni. Good evening.
Thanks, Gary. Melanie, would you like to? I think I covered that, except you wanna.
Yeah, hi. Hi, everyone. All my access needs are met.
Just in case, am I missing anyone else?
And Sindhu as well.
Someone's here. Oh, okay. Sindhu, go ahead. I didn't know you would join us.
Hi, Cindy here, she, her pronouns, access needs are met.
Thank you. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, back to the consent agenda. We have, I believe, minutes from council, and then execs, and then ratification of regrets, from the interactive arts, and then for health science counselor for September 18th. And then I would also need to include the result to ratify the regrets from interactive arts, molecular biology, biochemistry, VP external and VP external for council's October 2nd meeting, and regrets from health science counselor for September 18th. Yes, those are all the consent agenda. I'm going to seek unanimous consent. Yes, and also be resolved to ratify the resignation. Actually, I will amend that on after Samir, but thank you for the reminder. But yes, those are the consent agenda. I'm going to seek unanimous consent if anyone else, except people have objections. Okay, seeing none, I will move on. Be resolved to adopt the agenda as presented. I move. I need a seconder. Internal seconds. Floor is open for list and amendments.
List.
VP internal.
I have several amendments. The first one is titled Finance Committee, elections. We're going back to this, guys. We're doing committee elections again. We've got some new counselors and some resignations from committees. So whereas there's a vacant seat on the Finance and Administrative Services Committee, whereas there's one seat available for members of council, be resolved to elect X to serve on the Finance and Administrative Services Committee for the council term 2024-2025. Now, if it is all good with everyone, I will just tell you what other committees I'm going to amend on and the number of seats available, because otherwise I will be saying the same motion 5 times. So I'm also amending on a by-election for the members meeting planning committee with 2 vacant seats, as well as the human resources and personnel committee with 1 vacant seat. Which one? Human resources, HRP. I also have a bylaw amendment titled whereas the governance committee has reviewed proposed bylaw amendments from previous years. Whereas the governance committee has proposed several bylaw amendments. Be resolved to add the proposed bylaw amendments to the AGM agenda. I will bring up the I will show the amendments during the motion. And then fee referendum working group, whereas the SFSS has been discussing running a fee campaign, whereas several other affiliated groups have also been planning fee campaigns, whereas these groups have met and agreed to form a working group to better facilitate organization for the upcoming campaigns, whereas this group includes the VP Internal, VP Equity, VP Finance, 1 counselor from the constituency groups, 1 counselor from a faculty student union, and 1 additional counselor to be appointed in the motion, as well as representatives from Embark, SFPERG, and the Peak, whereas this group will meet and start planning campaign structure, language, and logistics. We resolve the SFSS form the fee referendum working group.
Those all? There's a comment about URA. I don't know if you mentioned that in your.
I did not.
Could you include that as well? I think you can include that. Or do you want to do that?
Why don't we go through other edits and I will take another look at the and I will get at that one.
Okay. Could we put those in the chat as well?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I'll add the other ones.
I'm guessing you move?
I move.
I second. Anyone opposed to those amendments? Okay, carried unanimously. VP Equity.
Hi, so I put my motion in chat. Whereas the SFSS supports universally accessible post-secondary education, that's supposed to be a comma, disability justice and equitable access and treatment. Whereas the GSS has released a call to action to ensure an accessible learning environment for all students, transparency around procedures and policies, and increase student consultation. Be it resolved that the SFSS sign the GSS's joint letter to SFU admin to demonstrate our solidarity and support disability justice on campus. So I have a link to the document there. I sent it in the email and we'll title the motion joint letter to SFU admin. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Guessing you move. I second. Anyone opposed to the amendment? Seeing none, that's carried unanimously. Any other lists and amendments? I believe Simmer has a motion, no? Simmer?
Yeah, I have a motion, but it's already in the agenda, I think. It's just it's regarding my at-large member election.
Right,
I think
presentation today?
sorry, can you just confirm? I didn't hear the last thing you said.
Do you have a presentation today?
Could you remind me what that's regarding?
The finance report you sent out yesterday?
Yeah, with the auditors, right? Just 1 second.
Sorry, Simmer, I think there might have been some confusion. I don't think the auditor's report was amended on.
Sorry, I think I was told that the auditors were presenting their own report,
Right, but you need
and
to,
Sam was supposed to put in the motion for that. I was just supposed to send out the actual documents.
yeah,
I have some more amendments to the agenda for today.
Okay, I'll move on to another one while you do that.
Yeah.
VP University, I believe you also have amendment.
Yeah, I don't have the proper motion for it, but I just want a by-election for the UA committee because VP External has decided to step down from the committee.
Yes, Sam is gonna include that, but the other one, I was referring to the other one.
Oh no, that's not happening anymore.
Okay, I'll amend on and in cam, for the auditor's report. And then I'll leave the amendment for the motion to Sam, but in the meantime, I'll list and I'll amend on a in-camera item for the auditor's report. And then I'll also amend on an in-camera for OLC counselor resignation. And then I'll amend on a discussion item for clarification of council standards. Yeah, so I amend on those three things. I move. I need a second.
That's it.
I have to say second. Anyone opposed? Okay, seeing none, those are carried unanimously.
Can I just list before I pass the motions?
Yeah.
No, just because I amended on an item for a discussion item on the kickoff event. I'm not sure how that worked out because I was just hoping to get a presentation from anyone involved in planning, so either Chloe.
Yes.
Or and I know it's on the agenda. I was wondering how if that's the right motion and that if it remains like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Any other? Yes, for sure. I'll do that first. I'll move to put those the in camera first. Okay, I guess I could do that while Sam does that. I'm gonna move to have our in camera before. Yeah, before discussion items.
Philosophy seconds.
Philosophy seconds. Anyone opposed? Okay, seeing none, that is carried unanimously. We're just waiting on one more amendment. Good. Okay, VP internal list.
Okay, so I have a couple more amendments. Another 3 committee elections, each with 1 seat. Member Services Advisory Committee, Space Oversight Committee, and University and Academic Affairs Committee. In addition to that, I'd like to change my earlier proposed bylaw amendment motion to instead be titled AGM agenda and to have a further be it resolved clause that says, be it further resolved to amend the financial statements and annual report onto the AGM agenda.
You also need to amend the motion. Sorry.
Included in the person.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just adding on to the AGM.
Okay, cool. Okay, sure. Okay. I'm guessing you move?
I move.
Okay, I second. Anyone opposed? Okay, seeing none, that's carried unanimously. Okay, seeking unanimous consent on the agenda, be resolved to adopt the agenda as amended. Okay, seeing no dissents, that's carried unanimously. Sorry about that confusion, guys. It's a very loaded agenda today, so.
I had too many motions about everyone that I was adding.
Yeah, so we have quorum. Sorry, do we have quorum?
For the whole meeting. Sorry, don't worry.
We definitely do. We have 40 people in the room. Okay, I will move on to reports from committees, and then we'll go in camera for our auditor's report. VP Equity.
From all of the committees, made some progress on my fish project for the AQ pond. What else have we done? We are currently trying to finalize an initiative from last year for the accessibility committee that'll be hitting the council agenda next meeting. It's called Steps Forward. You'll be getting an email about it soon, but it's been already passed through accessibility last year. Just involves some work placements for students with disabilities to have them get some job experience while they're going through school. And that's all I can think of right now. I've been doing some prep for the management working group and the AGM stuff, and that's about it.
Thank you. VP Finance.
Yeah, kind of similar thing. I'm working on gathering the last details of the AGM. Also, the finance report for the AGM is due on the 7th for myself, and so just collecting that information right now. Yeah, and then just taking a look at changes in the budget and that kind of stuff, just because the last change is due by the end of November. So we're starting to look at that, and then yeah, that's basically it that I can think of off the top of my head.
Thank you. VP Internal.
Been doing a lot of work in my committees, primarily the governance and members meeting planning committees. We've been reviewing bylaws, as you'll see later, and we've been starting to prepare for the AGM, as well as the work on the fee campaigns. And between this council and the last one, we had kickoff, which was a lot of fun. Attended that. It's great. Other than that, a lot of meeting with students, talking to folks, answer questions, just beginning of the year stuff, some admin work. That's about it for me.
Thank you. VP University.
Yeah, there's not much from the committees because we haven't really had them in a while because there was no agenda. But on my projects, I could talk. All the projects are going on. Our food drive is already in place. It started today. Actually started yesterday, but like now it's fully functional. We have for all the residence people, we have boxes set up in residence. I'm pretty sure Chloe's working on getting boxes set up, and Cornerstone. We have box set up. I'm not sure if we have it on the sub yet or no. That was DNA. DNA was working on that. But the SFU one's fully set. Just been meeting with SFU folks, making some new connections. We have a new opportunity from the bookstore that I'll be talking to the other execs with, and we can capitalize on that. It's a really good opportunity. Apart from that, all the other campaigns are still going on. My SSP, I've got so many campaigns. I don't even remember all of them. We're working on that. Me and my AVP. My AVP again, Ariana, did a really good job at council. I want to applaud her one more time. Council social. Yeah, basically that's all that I can think about right now. And yeah, it's been a busy couple of weeks.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that's about it. Others are not present, so they can't speak to it, but I'm sure next meeting they will. I could do mine briefly. Just a lot of planning for lots of things that council has coming up. We have our AGM coming up. We have a town hall coming up. We have and then last week we had a council social, which was a great time. Thanks to all parties involved in planning. Working on a lot of management stuff as well. We finally have launched that, and we're approaching the deadline for applications, so that's exciting. And then the usual stuff, lots of emails and working with staff, meetings with SFU folks. Yeah, but yeah, that's about it for myself. And yeah, I will turn it over. Well, no, I need to go on camera first. Okay. Cindy, I'm gonna make you co-host because I think I might need support in putting people in the waiting room. Okay, while that's being figured out, I will move to bring us in camera. Be resolved to go in camera for the remainder of the meeting. I move. I need a seconder. Second. Anyone opposed? Okay, seeing none. Motion is carried unanimously. I will need to pause the recording. Looking for reference. Okay, I'm gonna move to bring us X cam. Be resolved to go X camera for the remainder of the meeting. Move. I need a seconder.
Second.
Internal second. Anyone opposed? Seeing none, that's carried unanimously. Are you gonna amend that now? Yeah. Right,
So I've got 2 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna seek to suspend the rules to amend on 2 motions.
Philosophy seconds.
Whereas we are hiring managers, whereas the management working group recommends hiring committee consisting of 6 members, president, VP internal, VP equity, and councilors X, Y, and Z. Be resolved to appoint the working group. And then the financial statements proposal. Whereas the financial statements have been presented to council on October 2nd, 2024. Be resolved that council approves the financial statements for presentation and files it and filing for the SFSS membership at the annual general meeting.
You also add be resolved to put the OC resignation on the consent agenda.
And then a further clause, which is a further motion, which is be it.
I'm guessing you move.
I move.
I have to say second.
Okay, anyone opposed? Okay, seeing none, that is carried unanimously. Okay, moving on back to the agenda. I believe the next item was discussion items. Item 8.1 has to do with requests for the VP events and student affairs report for what they call. Our VP events is currently on LOA, and I believe the financial reports is still being put together and they'll be presented at next week's council. But that's all we could say to that at this point.
Will the VP events be at the next council meeting, or is his LOA still on that day?
You mean the VP events?
Sorry, VP events.
No, you will be at.
You will be to present? Okay, cool. Check.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Seeing none, I will move on. I think I amended on a discussion about some council reminders. I just have a couple of things that I wanted to remind council about. The first one is committee attendance. I've been getting a lot of reports from my VPs mentioning that there's been a lot of fluctuations about attendance, people's attendance to their committee meetings. So this is a very clear reminder that if you're supposed to sit on a committee, you're expected to show up to those committee meetings. Because these committee meetings cannot go on without you because they wouldn't meet quorum, which has been happening for some weeks now. I believe there hasn't been much action taken with regards to this, but I will be encouraging VPs to start taking actions with regards to these, and that could be financial ones as well. So just wanted to emphasize to councilors that if you're on a committee, you're expected to show up. And if you don't plan on showing up for specific reasons, you should submit regrets. The next one is specifically with regards to, I think 2 meetings ago, if I'm correct, the importance of not leaving meetings before the 8:30. As per constitution or bylaw, sorry, you expected councilors are supposed to go on for three hours. And I understand that our team has been great in getting you guys out of council within 2 hours, sometimes less. But there's an obligation to be at council for 3 hours. And two meetings ago, we had a lot of councilors leave a council meeting, which left us with we didn't meet quorum. So we had to enter a meeting early because we couldn't conduct council business. And these were councilors that did not submit regrets, that did not say they were going to leave at the start of meetings. So I think I just want to emphasize that as well. Councilors leaving meetings before the 3-hour mark. Another thing that's come up that's also come to my attention is the excuses that councilors are given for not attending, whether it's in this case council meetings or committee meetings. There's been some that's related to class clashes. I think we're still working with our team to figure out what exactly that looks like, but there's specific things that's a valid reason for not being at council. So whether that's a medical concern or an appointment, things like that, those things are fine. But I think having a class that clashes with council, that's something it's your fiduciary duty to be at council meetings. So I'm not too sure how valid those will continue to stand going forward. So that's why, again, we strongly recommended to council from the summer that try not to pick classes that clashes with council times. Our council times are fairly consistent over the year. We all know it's on Wednesdays, so and usually in the evenings. So, and then the second part to that is whenever counselors are missing meetings or sending in regrets, there's also an obligation to send a designate. And an absence is like the last resort if you can't find a designate from your respective groups. And I haven't seen that being done a lot. So just wanted to clarify those fundamental and basic things, because we've seen them not being respected lately, and just wanted to clarify those for people. For some of these, we've been fairly relaxed, but I will instruct our VP Finance to start looking closely at these, and some of these might lead to deductions. So just wanted to make you guys very clear about that. And I'm happy to take questions if there are any. Yes.
Just regarding regrets, so if you send your regrets for something, it is still the expectation to find a replacement. But if you found a replacement, like for you, you should still send your regrets in, right? Regrets need to be sent in a week in advance. If, let's say, something were to come up, you found the replacement, but it wasn't announced in a week, it should still be sent.
Correct.
Regardless, right? Okay.
2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours?
Yeah, for the meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, got it.
Any other questions or clarifications? Yes.
Can the like replacement person or whatever, if you're absent, just be anyone like from your union?
Correct.
Like I could just like text the co-president of ESA, be
Yes.
like, hey, come to the meeting or something.
Yes.
Okay, I said text in the mail. Okay, can I ask another question?
Yes,
This
go
one's like about committees. This is a really, really dumb one, but I'm just
Yeah.
gonna ask it anyways, because
Yeah.
why not? So like, can counselors just like submit things to the agenda for
Absolutely.
like committee meetings
Yes.
specifically? If I'm just like, oh, outreach, I wanna talk about this, and guys, let's
Yes.
talk about it, I can just be like, okay, sorry.
If anything, that's your duty, that's your responsibility. So for example, something that I will be submitting to the outreach committee is outreach to the FIC students. Because they're people that actually are part of they're in an interesting position, but they do benefit from our services, and they pay into the SFSS, and we need to outreach them. So that's something that will be coming to the outreach committee soon. But yes, you can and should be amending things onto the agenda, both at committees and council.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can just forget this part ever happened now.
Okay.
Do we have an FIC representative?
No, we cannot.
That's interesting.
It is.
FIC representative, we don't have one. It's a scam.
FIC is a college for, it's supposed to be a transitional point between.
Yes, I've seen them. They came to my work.
Yes.
All, like, there's like 16 of them and they look like they were wearing SFU hoodies, because obviously, like, I'm looking and I'm like, that looks exactly like SFU, and it says Fraser.
Yeah.
Never seen that before. And they're
Yeah.
like, no, we're a part of,
Yeah.
they're really nice.
They're all the way over there at
Yeah.
Eden. They have their own building.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Anyway,
Makes sense.
you might continue. You may continue.
Yes. Any other question? Yes, clarification in the chat, Fraser International College. Yes.
I'm sorry, I have
No,
I have
also,
a second dumb
please,
question.
that's fine.
If I have something, like, let's say it's like, oh my God, I wanna talk about. What's the thing to talk about? Captions in this thing. I don't just like, can I, even though I'm not on the accessibility committee, can I just submit an item to the accessibility committee?
You email the chair and you're like, can you please put that on the agenda
Okay,
and talk about this?
okay,
Yeah. I believe the chair is
Okay.
Chloe, so that'll be VP equity.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. I'm done now.
Yeah. Anything else? Okay, cool. I will move on to, next thing on my agenda is old business, which is SHCC at large member appointment. I believe this is for Simon.
Yes, give me 1 sec. I just have to, sorry, I lost my amendment.
It's already on the agenda.
Oh, wait, 1 sec. I just have to read out the motion. I'm trying to find that. Okay, do you want me to read out the motion right now? Hello?
Go ahead. Summer?
Sorry. Yeah. Can I read out the motion right now?
Yeah, I said go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Whereas student healthcare committee can appoint up to 2 at-large members, be it resolved to appoint Jesse Shen and Zian Sayani to the SHCC committee.
I move, VP Finance, I'm guessing you second.
Yeah, I second, and sorry, I moved to. And the second one is whereas FAST can appoint up to 2 at-large members, so be it resolved to appoint.
Oh, wait a minute, let me carry the first one first.
Okay.
Anyone have questions or is open for lists? Yeah, again, these are just at-large members being appointed onto the what are the names again? Jesse and Z.
Jesse and Zian, Ziyan.
Okay, I do not see any comment. I will seek unanimous consent. Okay, seeing no dissent. That is carried unanimously. Moving on, you could do the next fast one.
Okay, thank you. Whereas FAST committee has decided to appoint 2 applicants to the committee by unanimous consent, be it resolved to appoint Yu Zhong Q and Amandeep Manin to the FAST committee. I move.
Floor is open for lists and discussions. CSA. Okay. Floor is open for lists and discussion. Okay, seeing none, I'm gonna seek unanimous consent for this. If you wish to abstain or dissent, please signify. Okay, seeing none, that's carried unanimously. Moving on to new business, I believe Sam, you were the first list. EGM. Okay, new business. First one is AGM. Yeah, that's one. Yes, so this is for AGM agenda, whereas the governance committee has reviewed proposed bylaw amendments from previous years, whereas the governance committee has proposed several bylaw amendments. Be resolved to add proposed bylaw amendments to the AGM agenda. Be further resolved to amend the financial statements and annual reports on the AGM agenda. I move. I need a seconder. Internal. Thank you. Floor is open for list and amendments.
So, let's
Go ahead.
like to go over the bylaw changes. That
Does council have a copy of this?
Yeah, we do not.
they do not.
Council should.
They will get it. You're not worried. Just while I talk, the bylaw amendments are just a couple. Primarily ones, a lot of it is, there are 3 different sections. The first is fixing typos. The typos, just there's some errors. A lot of this was written in previous years under our last VP internal or the VP internal before that, and was not passed as we did not have quorum for any of the motions. The second piece is just some clarifications around language. Jeffrey, you run through the motion? Can I get you to explain it as you're on the governance committee while I send this out?
Explain all this.
Yeah, just to put you on the spot.
I don't know, it's just a bunch of clarifications and typos. So I think 6.1 is kind of a flyover motion. Hope it doesn't clutter the agenda too much, but it'll be good. So it doesn't meaningfully change any bylaws. 6.2. I don't know how much it materially changes the bylaws, probably not much still.
Not much, just meant to clarify it. It increases the. Give me 10 seconds so I can send this all out to you. First, so you can each see it first.
Yeah, I know one of these is good. One of these was goofy before. As it's written in the current bylaws, 13.7a. Yeah, don't worry about that too much. And then 6.3 would be really nice. It's something that we've kind of done informally, but we don't actually pass motions with e-voting. Yeah, 6.3 is e-voting. Council will be able to approve a platform to be used for us to vote, and then we can rescind our approval whenever. And that's good, because roll call is really slow. And it's probably good to do it more often. Just so people aren't sleeping in the job. Yeah. Yeah, there's not much. We did remove something from past years, which was member expulsion. So hopefully you guys aren't too much of a fan of that. Yeah, we just thought it was like singling people out too much and could be bullying. And there's no reason to expel someone anyways, I think. Yeah, that's all the bylaw amendments.
Yes, I've sent it out now. Thank you so much, Jeffrey, and I'll put you on the spot. That's a pretty good explanation of our bylaw amendments. There's, in the going into specifics, a couple of it, like in the 6.2, it's 6.2 because that's where it was a motion that was proposed and it's where it is in the AGM agenda. It really just goes over, expands a bit more on some of the things that are more written in policy, but we'd rather see in bylaw a little more written in stone. For adding associate members, it ups the threshold from a majority vote council to a forfeits majority vote council. And then, yeah, adding e-voting, and then yes, we thought the member expulsion clause, which was proposed 2 years ago, would unfairly single folks out where the university already has processes to suspend or expel students for actions that would require us to call an AGM to remove a member, which would be the action, as well as the impracticality of calling an AGM and getting 250 people in a room to remove someone from the society without incurring significant legal risk.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Any other list or discussion? Okay, seeing none, I would take this to a vote, seeking unanimous consent. If you wish to abstain or dissent, please signify. Okay, seeing none, that is carried unanimously. Moving on to fee referendum working group. Whereas the SFSS has been discussing running a fee campaign, whereas several other affiliated groups have also been planning fee campaigns, whereas these groups have met and have agreed to form a working group to better facilitate organization for the upcoming campaigns, whereas this group includes the VP Internal, VP Equity, VP Finance, a CG counselor, FSU counselors, Counselor Y, and Counselor Z, as well as representative from Embark as a per entity. Whereas this group will meet and start planning campaign materials. Campaign structure, language and logistics, rules of the SFSS forms the fee referendum working group. I move, and the second. Internal. Floor is open for list and discussions. You can turn.
So, as you can see, there are several placeholder counselors. So we're looking for several counselors to join this working group. Ideally, a counselor from a faculty student union background and a constituency group background, as well as any counselor who's interested. I know that there's a lot of interest in our discussions around the fee campaigns when we had it at the dev session last week and at the council meeting the week prior. Would anyone like to nominate themselves?
Yeah, just to clarify, because I know the motion was long, but again, this committee is with regards to our referendum campaigns that would now be in, which we decided will be in spring 2025. Leading up to that, there needs to be campaigns and planning and all that. So this committee that's going to be its mission, is to plan and effectively and cause, I guess, in their process, cause the referendum to also pass in the spring. So yeah, and I think we're doing some really key referendums this year, as you guys all already know. Yeah, that's what this committee is for. So it's a committee where a lot of good strategic work could be done. That puts the SFSS in a good place for years to come. But that's it. There is, I believe, three spots for people to take. So the floor is open for self-nominations or nominating someone else.
Yeah, I would like to self-nominate.
Okay. Anyone else? Alright,
I'd like to self-nominate as well.
okay. There's one more. Right?
Yes. Ideally from a faculty, student union, or constituency group background, but if none of the CG or FSU counselors are well, if they're at capacity, then any counselor who's interested.
One more spot.
We're gonna pull a teacher thing where we all sit here in silence until someone nominates again.
Yep. Oh no, we pulled the wheel.
That, or we start throwing people.
The popsicle sticks with everyone's names on them.
So I'm gonna nominate Rebecca, but I guess she's already on this, right?
Yeah. And Mark.
Good.
No, I think. Hearing no further interest, I'm gonna move to amend it to remove counselors X, Y, and Z and replace it with International Studies Counselor Giago and Residence Hall Association Counselor Tilly.
All right, second. Anyone opposed? Okay, seeing none. That's carried unanimously. Moving on to the motion itself, seeking unanimous consent. Okay, seeing none, that is carried unanimously. Okay, moving on. Wait, did you put the committee all in one? Or are they supposed to be separate?
It's supposed to be separate.
Okay. So I believe the first one is appointment for finance committee. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, before I even read this motion, are there any interests for the finance committee?
When do they happen? I think it would be good to
I don't know,
They're Fridays, 11 to 12 a.m. Like 11 a.m. to 12 p.m.
I wanted. Again, anyone interested in the finance committee? This is, again, I believe at this point, every counselor is now on the committee.
Except for some of the newer counselors.
Okay. Well, all the old ones are.
We have someone in chat that wants to join.
Could you, what's your,
Well, yeah, Nelson Public.
Okay. Okay, yes, you, okay. Cool, so I will read the motion then. Whereas there is a vacancy on the finance committee, whereas there is one seat available for the members of council, we resolve to elect X to serve on the finance committee for the council term 2024-2025. I move, I need a seconder. RJ seconds. Floor is open to list. PSU, it's 11 to 12. Does that still work?
She says yes. Indians.
PSU says yes?
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I just saw a comment.
I will move to replace X with PSU counselor. I need a second.
Yeah, I can second.
Finance seconds. Anyone opposed? Seeing none, that's carried unanimously. Seeking unanimous consent on the motion itself. Okay, seeing no dissent, that's carried unanimously. Moving on to members planning committee. There's 2 spots available. Are there any expressed interest for this committee? Again, looking at counselors that do not have a committee yet, for sure, but if you already have a committee and you're still interested, there's still 2 spots.
Come on, this one is fun.
It is.
We're gonna be, sorry.
Are you on
it? We're gonna,
Are you on the committee?
Yeah. We're gonna be talking to all the members of what you represent, ideally, so you wanna be part of the planning of that.
Make some fun videos promoting the AGM.
No, don't call me on that.
Yeah, I was the one taking the videos.
CSA? Huh?
Nominating econ counselor, I think.
Nominating econ counselor.
Econ, I guess econ is still not on the committee? No. Okay. Econ, but this is a TERRITORIal committee, right? This is the one that ends after AG. Okay. Econ, do you accept?
What committee is that again?
It's the member services planning committee.
Member meeting planning committee.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
I don't think so.
I saw you on the list, go ahead.
I wanted to know what time your meetings were.
Do you guys have the time yet?
I got it.
You got it? Thank you, Jeffrey.
9:30 a.m. on Mondays.
No, Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
The next one exclusively will be on Monday. The
Wait,
next,
so Monday?
no, Tuesdays, 9:30. The next one will be on Monday.
Yeah.
It's
Just the
going
next one.
only just the next one
Yes.
is Monday, but usually it's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Okay, so never mind.
Mostly it's 8:30 though.
CSA? Sasa, I think Stats. Stats, do you accept the nomination? Henry, what's the counselor's name? Are they in the meeting? Statistics?
Yes, I'm in the meeting, yes.
Okay, do you accept the nomination? Do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Yay. Good. Thank you. Rishu, go ahead. No. Be internal, go ahead.
French council, would you be interested in this committee?
No.
Real. I think we only got one then.
Okay, I will move on to replace, where is it? X with, who was it again?
SAS counselor.
Statistics, SASSA counselor. I move, I need a second. Internal seconds, anyone opposed? Seeing none, that's carried unanimously. Seek unanimous consent on the motion itself. If you wish to abstain or dissent, please signify. Okay, seeing none, that is carried unanimously. Moving on to HRP committee, there's one spot open. Is anyone interested? CSA? Econ, do you accept the nomination? Oh, that's the. Okay.
Yes.
List.
Internal.
I nominate the Health Science Undergraduate Student Society counselor.
Sharon, do you accept the nomination?
For which committee, sorry?
Human Resources and Personnel.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you, my bad.
Sorry, it's the Human Resources and Personnel Committee.
Sorry, what? I think it's my connection, but I can't really hear you guys.
Oh, sorry,
It's the HRP committee.
Oh, okay. What does that stand for?
It's a human
I don't know what that is.
Human resources.
Human resources? Okay. What do we do?
It's the one that I told you about what we did.
Gotcha. Yeah, I am interested in that, but like, when are the meetings usually?
Fridays at.
They're right now Fridays, but we can also.
Fridays at what time?
Right now they're Fridays, 4:30, I think.
4:30, and it's for 1 hour.
I can also move that back to like 5:30 or
Yeah, because it's
whatever.
mostly execs on there and we're flexible.
Okay. Yeah, sure. If it could be moved a little bit earlier, yeah, I accept.
Looks like we have an election now for this committee.
Okay, great.
Oh, sorry, it's not at 4:30, it's at 11 a.m.
Okay.
Oh, because we changed that because of okay, cool. Cool. I will leave that to just go on then. Okay. It looks like we have an election. Counselor, you have let me mute Sharon. Sharon, please for a second. Thank you. We first of all, before I go to an election, is there anyone else interested? Okay. Econ, this is gonna go to a vote. You have a chance to give a 1-minute speech as to why you're a better fit for the HRP committee, if you want to do that.
Mm, I think I can step down. Seems like the other candidate is really interested in the committee.
Okay, well, it looks like we do not have an election anymore.
Sounds great then.
So I guess be it resolved, actually, no, I need to read the motion. Whereas there's a vacant spot on the HRP committee, whereas there's one seat available for members of council, be resolved to elect X to serve on the HRP committee for the council term 2024-2025. I move. I need a seconder.
Biology.
Oh, biology seconds. Floor is open for list and amendments. I list to replace X with HSU SU counselor Sharon. I need a seconder. Internal second. Anyone opposed? Okay, that's carried unanimously. Seek unanimous consent on the motion itself. If you wish to abstain or dissent, please signify. Seeing none, motion is carried unanimously. Moving on to MSA, I believe this is member services. And there is one spot. I'm guessing CSA is gonna list again. Oh, maybe not.
Not list.
Internal? Oh, CSA?
I might take the words out of CSA's.
Econ? Do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Okay, member services, anyone else wants this committee? Okay, seeing none, I guess that would be easy then. Whereas there's a vacant seat on the MSA committee, whereas there is one seat.
When is the meeting?
I don't know, I'm not on MSA. I think that's VP events, right?
It is also with like new members joining, it is something that can be like worked around.
So there's no set time, yeah.
Not that I know.
Whereas there's one seat available for members of council, be resolved to elect X to serve on the MSA committee for the council term 2024-2025. I move. I need a seconder. ISSA seconds. Floor is open for list. I list to replace X with econ counselor. I need a seconder. ISSA seconds. Anyone opposed? Okay, seeing none, that's carried unanimously. Seeking unanimous consent on the motion itself. Seeing no dissent, motion is carried unanimously. Econ, I think that the time is in the chat. It's 1:30 to 2:30 on Thursdays, apparently.
But you're part of
I
it.
think I have class around then.
If they don't change it.
Is it like mandatory for councillors to be in committees?
Yes.
Yeah. At least one, right?
Yes.
One.
Yeah, you need to be on at least one, or you don't get paid.
Oh, that's me.
I will leave it for now, and if you're not able to figure it out, we'll see where we go with that. And you could also try to sit, we still have 2 more to go. If any of those interest you, you could sit on that. I'm gonna guess that you're gonna be nominated again, but SPOC, anyone interested in SPOC? It's space oversight. This has to do with everything building related, purchasing new things for the building. You have a massive budget, I believe, to build SFU fund. So, yeah.
When you say building, you mean like
This building.
only this building?
Come on, guys, we need new chairs.
Anyone interested? Anyone? Going once? Going twice? Well, I guess no one likes money or spending. Cool. Moving on to University Affairs Committee. This works with the VPUAA and there's one spot. Is anyone interested?
Self-nominate?
Okay, so I will read the motion.
Wait, actually, what time do they, wait, what time?
UAA, what time is your committee meetings?
Oh, let me just pull it up. I don't remember it from the back of my mind.
I think it's on Thursday.
Let me pull it up. It's not in the back of my mind. It's on Tuesdays.
That's outreach. It's not on my calendar, so I don't know.
Did you catch that?
Oh, what'd you say?
Wait, my Zoom's messing up. It's Tuesdays, 11:30, 12:30.
There you go. Does that work?
Wait, 11:30 to 12:30, right?
Tuesdays.
Oh, okay,
Tuesdays.
sorry, wait, sorry, can you say that again?
Tuesdays at 11:30 to 12:30. Is that what you said, Rishi?
Yes, yes, I did.
No?
Probably not then.
Okay. Is that one you wanted to sit on? Okay.
Reserve the spot.
Okay, let's move it to the
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, I will move to postpone this to next meeting. And the seconder, internal seconds. Anyone opposed? Seeing none, the UAA committee motion is postponed to next meeting. And that does it for our committee elections today. I believe there's one more motion, no, two more. And actually, no, probably more than that. Next one is Chloe's amendment. I don't know if she's present to speak to this. I know she left at some point.
Emmanuel, was ECA done as well?
I didn't see it on the amendments. What? Did you?
Never mind.
No,
No, I
right?
didn't.
No, it wasn't amended on, so maybe next week. Did you amend it on? Did you ask anyone to amend it on?
I was under the assumption that like it would have. No, no worries. All good.
We'll do it next week. Is Chloe back in this meeting? Can anyone confirm? Okay, I guess not. Yeah, just the way. You're on the access. No. I'll send no.
Other question.
Yes.
Someone commented in the
In today or
like in general.
like all of our committees?
Yeah.
Do you know how many committees we have in total?
22.
22.
Mhm.
22.
Good.
Okay, I'll read Chloe's motion. I don't know where she is, but she sent out the letter yesterday, so I hope councilors could speak to this themselves. And we also have the DNA counselor that I believe could speak to this as well. Whereas the SFSS supports universal accessible post-secondary education, disability justice, and equitable access and treatment, whereas GSS has released a call to action to ensure an accessible learning environment for all students, transparency around procedures and policies, and increased student consultation. Be resolved that the SFSS signs the GSS joint letter to SFU admin to demonstrate our solidarity and support disability justice on campus. I move. I need a seconder. Internal second. Floor is open to list and discussions. VP Ekuru, you're supposed to speak to this, but she sent out a letter yesterday that was sent to the executives regarding a letter that's being worked on, I believe, between GSS and DNA. And they had asked for the SFSS to be a signee onto the letter, and that's why we brought it to council. I don't know if council got a chance to review or if there's any thoughts or questions. I believe Chloe's recommendation was gonna be that we do sign it.
Yes. It's a
Yeah.
letter talking about complaints and concerns around issues that students are having with the Center for Accessible Learning. Quite well written, in my opinion. I believe it was sent out earlier.
We adapt the letter quickly so that we can see it.
Henry, could you share your screen with the letter? so he's gonna put it up. SF Perk says it's a good letter and we should sign. DNA, did you want to speak to it at all? Or I don't know if you have context on the letter.
What? Can you tell the question again?
Did you want to speak to the motion or the letter? I don't know if you had the chance to look at the letter.
No.
Okay, okay.
I think we could read for counselors, there's just the changes that are being suggested.
Henry, it's the letter that Chloe sent out yesterday regarding accessible learning, and it's also in the chat as well.
You want me to read the changes that are being suggested? Wouldn't take more than 2 minutes. Council.
Go ahead. It's while he tries to put that on the screen.
So the GSS, the DNA, and the SFSS are asking SFU to making the following changes. Implement publicity available policies and procedures outlining how advisors are supposed to perform their duties of evaluation and handling of sensitive information. Communicative publicity with students, the process for appealing a decision, changing our advisor, and updating existing documentation. Outline a clear process for the handling of accessibility issues or accommodation requests that are not covered under course-based accommodations. Develop a plan to implement remote learning as an accommodation. Create means for CAL to effectively enforce the implementation of reasonable accommodations even when faculty refuse, and prevent faculty from penalizing students for requiring accommodations. This should have explicit rules for graduate students who require accommodations in the parts of their programs that do not require coursework. And finally, increase the staffing and resourcing of the Center for Accessible Learning in line with the CAL states they need, including a dedicated director who does not manage another department, and inclusion of staff of color and staff with lived experience of disability.
Thank you. For those that asked for the letter to be on the screen, that's the letter. We could scroll through it for maybe a minute or two. And then I'll take this to a vote. While people read that, I will take questions in the meantime. Jeffrey.
The letter is fine as always. I just wonder if SFSS is actually gonna help DNA, like especially like set up the meeting with SFU admin. I feel like these are generally just empty gestures if we don't actually do anything.
Absolutely, and I believe I spoke with the DNA counselor yesterday. This will come up in my meeting with Joy Johnson. And then we will also be trying to connect probably a VP Equity to work closely with DNA and to connect with the Director of Cal. And probably I think VP External and VP University might have those contacts. Okay. Yes. DNA?
So when you talk about the training process, I felt we should also have people with similar condition or disability or anything. So it should be easier to know what to accommodate as a student when it's done. You know what I mean?
Did you say for training purposes?
Like, you know, I'm doing like the training process, like the training process. Look, but it's like how people with similar experiences or like disabilities or anything, so it could be easier to accommodate other students who need the accommodation for the school or other stuff.
So if I'm getting this correctly, you want the advocacy that we do to include, I guess, the staff actually having lived experience?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like those who don't have any form of disability or anything, it's harder for them to understand to what to accommodate other people. So I'm saying, but I think of more opportunity, more job opportunity for those that to compete, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So could be either to accommodate the students who need with the accommodation and other stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think we'll definitely, I don't know if VP Equity is in this, but I'll pass that on to the VP Equity. And that would be part of, the advocacy that we do.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Thanks for sharing that, Emery. Any other questions with regards to the letter? Okay, I think it's safe for me to assume unanimous consent, so I'm gonna seek unanimous consent on the motion to sign this letter. Okay, seeing no dissent, that's carried unanimously. I believe we have two more motions, and then that would be it. Or maybe three. Yes, we have two more. This one's quick, so I'll do this. It's the financial statement that was presented earlier by our auditors. We need to approve it, so that's what this motion is for. Whereas the financial statements has been presented to council on October 2nd, 2024, we resolve that council approve the financial statements for presentation and filing for the SFSS membership at the annual general meeting. I move. I need a second. I say seconds for zone for list and amendments. Any discussions on this? Okay, I do not see any. I'm going to seek unanimous consent. If you wish to abstain or dissent, please signify. Okay, seeing none, that is carried unanimously. Moving on to Sam, is there two motions for the management?
There's one, the first one, when I typed it out, I forgot to include the.
So the correct one is the
second one.
Yeah, this is the last one. The last motion is about as many of you know, we finally are in the process of getting new managers at the SFSS, and this committee is gonna be in charge of finalizing that process and choosing our managers and also welcoming them into our space. So that's what the next motion is for, whereas we're hiring managers, whereas the management working group recommended a hiring committee that consists of 6 members, the president, the VP internal, VP equity, and to appoint, and 3 councilors. Be resolved to appoint the president, VP internal, VP equity, and councilors X, Y, and Z to this committee. I move. I need a seconder. Internal second. Floor is open for list and nominations. People could self-nominate or you could nominate people. Again, this is the committee for management. I will let you know, we will be overlooking some very confidential information that includes people's resume, people's applications, some of which definitely cannot be disclosed because some of these people might actually have jobs at other organizations. So this is a very strictly confidential working group. But yes, the floor is open for list and nominations, and there are 3 spots open. I see a list from Sharon.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, in terms of this one,
You're cutting out.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
No?
We can.
Okay, perfect. I just wanted to ask, what is going to be our responsibilities exactly in the committee? Like, as in, are we going to be sitting in the interviews? And if so, like, in terms of the time and whatnot, is it going to be like accommodating all of us? Or do we all need to be in the interview? Or, yeah, just wanted to know.
Yes, it is an hiring committee, so yes, you will be sitting in on interviews and you will also be needing to review applications and resumes and anything that the entire process you'll be involved up until the point where we vote on who the final choices are.
However, I don't believe all six of us will be in all interviews.
Okay, perfect. I do want to be in this committee just because like I was in the restructuring group. I just don't have so much time that I don't think I can be in all of the interviews. Everything else that's required of me, I can definitely do. So if that's okay with you guys, I would like to nominate myself.
I mean, sure, that's fine. You could nominate yourself. I think, again, you were on the committee prior, that went through the staff, process that we did of getting reviewing what staff needs. So I think you have context. So I think, it'd be great to have you on the committee as well.
Okay, sounds great.
So I'm guessing that's a self-nomination.
Yes, it is.
I forgot to mention, one of the spots is reserved for a constituency group, counselor, and that could be any of them. But just wanted to mention that, because, some of our staff will be dealing directly with the constituency department as per the new, structure that we're presenting to council. So, it's important that we do have representation, on the committee. But with that said, I see a list from VP University.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask if all you guys do already have like a time and day in place. Because if that could align with my schedule, then I'd be willing to sit on it.
We did not have times, specifically yet, because many of those times would depend on, as we mentioned, the application period is still open, so we will not know the people who are gonna be interviewing at this point, but a lot of that will be determined by the candidates that we're deciding to interview. But of course, there will be some meetings outside of interview where we decide on like questions we want to ask them at the interviews and define our values and things that we're looking for in these candidates and things like that. But no, we do not have specific times yet.
Okay, then I'm gonna pass on it.
I see a list from Sam, then I'll take yours.
I was going to nominate the FMESA counselor.
Yes, Chris.
Mr. Committee himself, I'm already part of 4 committees. I'm the new chair of FMESA. I would love to help. I mean, I can ask somebody within our board, but I have way too much with 4 classes to do anything more, unfortunately.
Sure.
But I can ask my board if anybody's possibly interested. Do they have to be a counselor to do this?
Yes, because of the confidential nature of it, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless we make them sign.
Is this
I think
is this going to be like I guess this is just until they've hired somebody. So this is only going to be for the next couple of months, I'm assuming.
Correct, the next 2 months.
Yeah. What
yeah, I can yeah, sure, why not?
You want to sit on it? Did the Zoom just freeze or no, it didn't? Okay. Chris,
Can you hear me?
now I can.
Yeah. Sure, I'll accept.
Hey, thank you. Shabab.
I think I got my question answered. Mine was just like, how long would it last or whatever?
Yeah, it's for the next 2 months, I would say. So we'll probably end by, because we're hoping to have new staff by December. So we'll probably end by November.
That also means it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It will be split between 6 folks, and there will be a matrix already made. You're pretty much just sitting in there and evaluating the candidates.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
quite important though. Like you get to choose who the next senior staff of the society are, like, that gets
Senior
appreciated.
staff.
No, that was a point I was gonna mention. It's a very unique opportunity. Not a lot of people get a chance to do this, to sit on a committee that appoints staff at a managerial level of this nature. So it's a great opportunity for those, whatever next you're gonna do. It's a great thing to be able to say you've done. It's a place where you get a lot of skills as well. But just wanted to put that out there for those that might be interested. I see. I'll take yours and then Sam, is that a new list or is that the old one?
Oh, old one.
Okay, I'll take yours and then VP University and then you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Geography self-nominates.
Okay. VP University.
I changed my mind. I self-nominate.
You're self-nominated now?
Yep.
I think I was gonna go. Let me just. I mean, exactly. Let me just take the final response for this one. Go on.
It's okay. I retract my list.
Oh, you're gonna nominate?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's fine, we can do it as an election, like, we're gonna do it as an election anyways.
Yeah.
If you're gonna throw your name in, throw your name in.
Okay.
Have fun.
I would like to, self-nominate and.
Okay.
No.
Great. So we have, I guess Chris is the only one that gets the spot. So that's 2 positions and we have 1, 2, we have 4.
Yes, we have 4 for the 2 then.
Okay. Let's say.
Is no one speaking anything or is it muted? I don't know.
Cool. So, so we're going to, have a vote, but we will exclude, the VP University and just,
Can I just to do follow that?
I was gonna do it after the vote. Go ahead.
Listen, I'm gonna move to amend the motion to include the VP University as another role on the position, and then to clarify that one of the seats is going to a CG council.
Okay. I second. Anyone opposed? Okay, seeing none, that is carried unanimously. Again, what that means is now there's 2 spots and there's 3 candidates, so that's.
Actually, places the CG.
Yeah.
Yes, the CG has a secured spot. So.
Oh, so I can't retract now.
No, because there was a CG spot on the committee, so it's either FN Mesa or another CG.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just bugging you.
So it's geography, HSUSU, and I believe it's
archaeology.
Archaeology, yes. So usually, I'm sure everyone knows how this works, but you all get 1 minute to convince council on why you should be the one on the committee. Yeah, and then council gets the vote after, and yeah. So I will start with the order that the nominations came in. So Sharon, you have 1 minute to tell council why you should be on the committee. You can let me know when you're ready to go.
Yeah, can you guys hear me properly? Hello?
We can.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll start right now. So yeah, I just want to be in this committee because, Emmanuel mentioned, the president mentioned that I was in the restructuring group, and I do think that I have a lot more context in what's going on and what's happening. At the same time, I just feel like I was in that group and I want to see it until the end. Basically, I feel like that was a very important thing that all of us did, and I think it would just allow me to complete it essentially, and I just really want to be there, just to see what happens, who are the people that are hired at the end. And yeah, at the same time, it's a very unique opportunity, and I feel like I've done multiple interviews in the past for my other clubs, so I think I'm equipped for it. So yeah, essentially just that.
You're right on time. 10 seconds left, but perfect. Thank you.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Next we have geography. Let me know when you're ready.
I give up on this election.
No. No.
I do.
You didn't want your 1 minute? Is that what you said?
I resigned from the election.
You could have said that like 1 minute before Sharon had to speak, but I guess that's.
I don't get to record a community election.
Well, I cancel. That's the end of the fun. You guys don't get to vote today. And we will just appoint on HCSU and the archaeology counselor. Except there's anyone else really interested and still wants this to go to a vote. Okay, I don't see any, so I will move to replace X, Y, and Z with FMVISA counselor, archaeology counselor, and HSUSU counselor. I need a seconder. Internal seconds. Anyone opposed to these amendments? Okay. Seeing none, that is carried unanimously. Seeking unanimous consent on the motion itself. If you wish to abstain or dissent, please signify. Seeing none, motion is carried unanimously. Okay. It was a long day of motions, but I think that was the last one, if I'm correct. Yes. Okay, we're either in Pam. Yeah, I think that was it. Moving on to Q&A. Any questions for council or clarification on anything?
Please.
Internal geography.
No, I'm just stretching. 2 hours and 45 minutes today, and he said this is going to be a long one.
Yeah, right on time. Geography.
What's the status of the poster sale? I know the PP events isn't here, but are we actually just not doing it this year?
The what?
The Imagine His poster sale. It's an SFSS thing, right?
Yes. I think last that I heard of that, there was a challenge with. I think it's usually supposed to be during like September, if I'm correct. There was a challenge with the space booking. I wasn't sure what went on there, but yeah, there was a challenge with space. Cindy, maybe if you could clarify it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just going to be postponed this time, so we're going to be looking at more of a winter sale opposed to a fall one. So it's as Emmanuel mentioned, there was a few booking issues, but so the sale's just been postponed to a few months later in the year.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm looking here.
Okay, thanks, Cindy. ISSA?
I have two questions.
Yep.
First, I would just like to ask on your feedback, because I think that we never got on staff reaction for the new division.
Management structure?
Yeah,
Yeah.
management structure.
Generally, from what I got from that meeting, I think it was well received. Speaking of that, the final report will be coming to council next week, which will also be public. Our websites have been updated, so if you go on there, the new structure is on there for those that wanted to reference it. But from that staff meeting, what I got was staff was generally okay with the new structure. Most of the staff, I think, that had questions were staff that I guess their reporting structures would change the most. And then staff that used to have, that used to have a specialized manager for their department. So those are some of the questions that came up, which are valid and some of the same things that we were considering. But I think we were able to provide clear response to some of those questions. And I think generally, I think as we mentioned, not a lot is going to change with the management structure, but it might look different for some of our staff. But Sindhu, is there anything you want to add that I'm missing from how that meeting went?
No, I think you covered it. Like you said, I think it was received pretty well. As Emmanuel mentioned, we kept ourselves open. The executives kept themselves open for any questions from staff. I don't think there were too many follow-up questions. So I think everyone's just looking forward to the process in the upcoming months.
Yeah, thanks, Cindy. Your second question.
Thank you. Thank you for you as well, Cindy. I would just like to ask for clarification and also take as an opportunity to remind everyone to fill their work reports for the month.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, and then I have a question about that because I've asked. Gosh, I'm terrible with names.
Simmer?
No, it wasn't Simmer. I think I sent the email. Anyway,
yeah.
I forgot to fill my last month's one.
Yeah.
And I still need to fill it. And I'm kind of lost because I don't know exactly when it comes to putting all the meetings we were part of, what are the expectations or requirements? So do we just put I have been in this meeting, or do we even like make notice of all the committees we seated? What are the expectations? Because I also need to fill this month. Then
why don't we talk after?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good question for all of council. For those that might have questions.
So menacing. Why don't we talk after?
I'm gonna pull up my work report and like get them there. Like
no, I think it's a good question. And I think some of council might have the same questions. But yes, you put every meeting relating to the SFSS, so that includes your committee meetings and council meetings like this as well.
But do you like explain what you discuss on the committee or just mention you've been there? What is...
So I believe you have the same table that the executive team has, but generally you could mention that we discussed the agenda items and you could put refer to the agenda item.
Okay.
Sorry, the agenda for that week, because technically our agenda items are public. If people wanted more specifics on what we talked about, they could find the agenda items. So you could just say discuss agenda items. And I believe VP Finance is saying reports are due on the first for the prior one. Huh?
And it means it should be filled before.
Sorry, like for example, if you have the September work report, it's gonna be due October 1st, 11:59. So September's will be due October 1st. And like October's will be due November 1st.
Okay. There you go, council. That helps provide clarity to count. Is there any question about the work, other question about the work before, or does that help?
No, I think that was it.
Cool. Archaeology?
We don't include who we represent, like the meetings that we go to for our associations, right? We just do the SFSS stuff.
No, you
do.
Oh, well,
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So all meetings including.
Right. As long as it's in your capacity as a counselor. Because you're part of your team as well, even though
Yeah.
you're, right,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
you include that as well.
Just include, okay, yes, okay, but include the meetings of, yes.
Yeah. Chris?
Yeah, I just wanted a question about given the bunch of committees I'm part of, I'm kind of trying to get some other members to take part in those committees. I know certain ones I have to take part, but um FNMISA represents a few of the committees. I talked to Chloe about this. Do I need to um uh, put a motion within our membership meeting in order to have them take my spot in like the sustainability committee, the equity sustainability committee? I have a person who wants to take over that position. Do I need to put in a motion in our membership meeting to elect that person into that position?
It depends. The spot you're giving up, um, is it one of the spots that's available to like any member of the community, or is it one of the spots that's like, that has to be a counselor?
I can check and get back
Okay.
on that. I believe at least one or two of his committee positions should be open to any of their members. So I'll send you a follow-up email.
Yeah, so if it is the latter one that I talked about, where it's a representative and not necessarily a counselor, yes, you will need a official motion from FNMISA's board meeting.
Or board meeting or membership meeting?
Whatever you guys call it, I just use board meeting, but membership meetings.
Oh, okay. Well, because I have board meetings and membership meetings. I don't know how many now a month now. It's crazy. But and I guess the other question I have is, now that I am the chair of FNMISA, can I count work I do for that is for FNMISA towards the SFSS hours?
Are you also in those meetings in your capacity technically as a counselor as well?
The answer is yes. You're like reporting back to me on how FNMISA is doing, so that counts as your capacity as a counselor as well.
Chloe,
yes.
No, I don't think those.
He does like updates for like FNMISA for the meetings.
Oh, because it's like, wouldn't it?
Oh, you're talking about like the general like.
I'm talking about, yeah, like the motions and stuff that I do within FNMISA now as the chair. I mean, I have board meetings. I do claim my board meetings for FNMISA because I'm still an SFSS counselor, part of FNMISA, but I'm also now the chair.
Okay, but
so
if he wasn't the chair, but he was still attending those meetings, those would count, because when you're a counselor, like when I was the ISSA counselor, those meetings like for the student union count as like, just because he's also the chair doesn't mean that he's not also there.
No, correct. So that was my question. That's why I asked Chris. You're technically still, even though yes, you're the chair, you're still there in your capacity as the SFSS counselor.
that is correct.
So if that's the case, then yes, it would count.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have question for.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't see any. I'll move on to announcements. In 2 weeks, we have another meeting, as you know. We also have a town hall coming up that we encourage you to come out and attend as well. It's gonna be the week of the, I don't believe our dates are finalized, Rishi, if I'm correct. But I believe it's going to be the week of the 21st.
It's probably gonna be 24th.
So it's gonna be somewhere there. And then we have our AGM on October 30th. I believe that's a council day, so council technically will not be happening and it will be the AGM
At the same time, right?
at the same time, so councilors are still expected to show up so it could make quorum. So you could treat it as a council meeting, but technically it's an AGM. The AGM is also going to be, I believe, hybrid, so we're still working on logistics, but once we know more, we'll let you know where the room is gonna be and all of that. And I believe it's probably also gonna be a different Zoom link, if I'm correct.
Yes, it
So-
will likely be its own Zoom link, and we're still working on the logistics for hybrid.
Yeah, so all of that info will be out to you guys soon. Yeah, I think those are the big things this month. Also next week is convocation. We don't believe we have any counselors graduating, but just as a heads up, so campus will be very busy next week due to convocation. Question?
Is there a developmental session next week?
I believe there is.
Like for sure, or like there might be.
No, Sindhu, I believe there's a dev session next week, right?
I believe the one that we postponed, which is the second part of the Nebraska campus workshop.
Yes.
Is gonna be next.
Is that hybrid or?
That one would be in person, but we will follow up via email because we need to confirm with the facilitators that they are still available. But yes, that meeting will be happening in person.
Yes, okay. Yeah, I believe that's it for sort of an overview of this month. Announcements, VP event, yes, is on leave of absence till October 14th. And then next council meeting, we'll be bringing the final report for the management, and then we'll also be to your discussion thing today about kickoff. I believe there'll be a presentation next week as well, answering those questions. And yeah, I think that is all for announcements for me. And if there's nothing else from anyone, I will take us to adjournment. Amen. Okay, we actually are right on time at 8:30.
Nice. We have to.
Technically, it's one more minute, but
Isn't
and-
it technically 12 or 17 because we started at 45? Sorry,
right,
yeah.
right. But I need one more minute, guys.
2 more minutes, second, please.
No, it's 29 now.
I just turned.
I didn't want to be.
I looked at the second. No, it's okay. think we
Anyone have any thoughts, anything they wanna, also, any events you have coming up that you wanna promote for your clubs or
Color Me
groups?
Calm. Everyone come to Color Me Calm, October 25th in Education Building 7608 or 7806. I'm not sure which one. Yeah.
Can I go in next?
Yeah.
We are having a ice cream social at Rocky Point Park tomorrow from 5:30 to 8:30. So you guys are more than welcome to join. You can bring in games or whatever you want to. Yeah.
Excited. PSU has a social tomorrow if you want to be there. Is there a location? SAS room? Is there a time? 5:30, if you're in the building, ASS, you have something?
Yeah, our Paleo Olympics is this Friday at 1:12. Not that you guys could participate, but it's
12:30.
throwing some stuff at hay bales, it'll be fun watching.
Yeah.
Essentially a big sports day of ancient activities.
Good catch, Chris. Last one, ISSA, and then I'll bring this to adjournment.
Okay, November 26th, career night for
November?
application. Yeah, come on.
It's so far out. English
Start
as
planning.
English as an event on October 18th, for poets, at a cafe night. So if that's something you want to join, please join RHA.
We have our RHA elections going on, so voting starts tomorrow and it's going on for the next 3 days. So if you live on residence, please vote.
There you go. And then perfect, be resolved to adjourn the meeting at 8:30 PM. I move, I need a seconder, ISSA second. Thank you guys so much. I need unanimous consent. If you wish to abstain or dissent, please signify. Seeing none, that's carried unanimously. Bye, everyone. Thank you guys for coming and also, I believe midterm starts next week. Best of luck with midterms.
Midterm starts tomorrow, actually.
Good luck. Those that
have a question for you.
Yes,
Yay!
what's your question?
Yes.
Just send me to like this, like what you say, it's saying is like, well, I don't know enough.
No, it just, yeah.
Okay. So. Fun, me, so.
I wanna tell you.
Yeah.
I heard.
Sometimes.
Oh, you guys have an AGM? Yeah. Friday, maybe. Thanks for coming. I hope this was sort of insight. Glad actually figure out what we're doing first. I think I have some time, maybe Friday. Yes, I think we will. What time will you think? Okay, I think I have a meeting for 5 and 6, and then after that. Okay, of course, yeah.
Monday.
Yes. 5 o'clock, maybe.
Yes, right.
I actually don't know. That would be a Chloe question. I don't know if she's still there. I think she.
Chloe, Monday, right?
I think she left.
Oh, she did, didn't she?
Sorry.
Okay, I thought you were, sorry.
No, I am on the committee. I am on every committee.
I was just gonna say, are you on every single
I
committee?
need to be, yes.
Yeah.
So it's probably somewhere on my calendar.
Can you also look if it's 12 or 12:30?
Yes, BIPOC is 11 to 12
On
Mondays.
Monday, and then I can't tell which one OCEO is on, if it's,
OCEO.
if it's.
Are you
I
an
know
OCEO?
I am, and I bet you.
That one I am not in.
You can't be in,
Yeah.
right?
So I don't, it's not on my calendar.
I can't.
But I think Henry is the,
I know he is, and I can't tell if he needs 12 or 12:30.
you could send him an email to vice
Yeah.
chair or his CSA email works too. CSA or vice chair email works.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll email him because
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Yeah. Okay, have a good night. Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
What, so